All right. On this episode, we have Jared Whitehead. He is the admissions counselor and international admissions counselor as well of Marian University's Ancilla College. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right. So, Marian University's Ancilla College, why don't you tell me a little bit about it? Just give me some general information and why a student should attend there.
Yes, of course. So we are a small Catholic college located in Plymouth, Indiana, so northern Indiana. Very beautiful area, very small class sizes. So our student to faculty ratio is 11-1, so not too big. That averages out our class sizes to about 15 students per class. Some classes are going to be less, some classes are going to be a little bit more. But that gives you a lot of opportunity to have that one-on-one interaction with your professor, as well as to ask any questions that may come to your mind and not feel like you're, in a big lecture hall, which is really nice. Another nice thing is most of our programs are 2 years. We do have a 4-year Bachelor's of Science of Nursing, which we're in our first year of that. We just remodeled our whole nursing lab, so that's super exciting. We have a mannequin that can breathe, she can talk, she can give birth. It's awesome. All state-of-the-art technology. And then this coming up fall, so the fall of 23, we're going to have a 4-year education program. So now let me backtrack a little bit. All the other programs are 2 years. So what that means is you're going to be coming here to work on your associate's degree, but you're also working on your bachelor's degree. So if you come here for, let's just use business as an example. If you come here for a business degree, you get your associates in business, and then you say, I'm going to go and get my bachelor's. You can transition down to our Indianapolis campus, and in doing so, we'll give you a $17,750 scholarship per year to finish off your bachelor's degree down at our Marian, Indianapolis location, which is kind of a congratulations and a thank you for starting with us. Honestly, if that would have been a option for me, I would have definitely taken it, because who wouldn't want to save some money? So, yeah, that's it for that question.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of change to
It
get.
is, and it adds up over time, and you're thinking about it. It's the exact same classes, the exact same work. It's just in a different environment, much smaller classes, but it's the exact same degree, exact same program, exact same everything. So
Nice. All right. So, what does Marian University's Ancilla College look for in potential students, and then also what are some of the requirements to be accepted there?
of course, so our minimum GPA requirement right now is 2.0, and that's for all of our associate programs. Minus the vet nursing. So this is where it gets a little difficult, because obviously we're going off the 4-year programs. So the 4-year programs, those are going to be 2.7. That's the minimum GPA. The only associates program that's not a 2.0 is vet nursing. They're looking about 3.0. And the reason is because that program is very, very hard. She squeezed a lot of information in that 2 years, but it is a very, very good program. What happens if you don't meet those minimum GPA requirements? What I usually ask students to do that don't meet those requirements are to submit a academic letter of recommendation, 2 of those. So maybe they come from a guidance counselor, maybe they come from a high school teacher, maybe a coach. And then I always have them write one statement of their own, just stating why do they think they'd be a good fit at our university? What do they think we have that could help them succeed? And that's one thing that really goes strong with our students is, we have all of that peer tutoring. We have all of that. All that's completely free for our students to use. So what we really look for is honestly just anybody that's a hard worker, is determined to get their degree, because that's why you're here. I also like to talk about student athletes, because student comes before athlete. So we really, really focus on making sure that you get your education and make sure that you're work ready for whenever you do graduate. Because we'd all like to be professional athletes, but sometimes we have to set that aside and think, what's going to last me forever. And once you get your education, nobody can ever take that away from you. So
Yeah, that's very true. So now you mentioned the vet nursing, correct? That has a little
yes,
bit higher GPA, but
it does.
even if you don't meet that, you're still able to get in, correct?
I have seen it. The way that she really likes to run that, you've got to be pretty close to that 3.0. But let's say you have a lot of volunteer hours and a lot of work with a vet nursing clinic. That's still going to keep you in the running. I want to say there was last year, I think she did accept a 2.9, but she doesn't go much lower than that.
Yeah.
Now, I know that that can discourage some students to applying to that. It's really cool because last year we did have a student. So my first year here, we had a student that did not get accepted. She said, "I'm not coming to college. That was my dream program." We said, "Well, why don't you try the animal science program? It's 2.0 to get in." She was sitting right at that, 2.7, 2.8. So she was able to get in the animal science program. She did a year of that, got her grades up, got some more volunteer hours with the animal shelter, reapplied, and now she's in the vet nursing program. So there is an option there. It's just, it's not like you apply once and if you're told no, it's not like you're out forever. So, there is
Right.
that pathway to get back into that program. And I've seen a lot of students utilize that. We have a couple students right now that are in the animal science program, hoping to work their way into the vet nursing program the end of this year.
That's good. I mean, that's good that there's another way to get in there.
Of
So
course, yes.
it's just not the only way is coming after high school.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about a little bit at the beginning some of the financial aid, but
Yeah.
why don't we, give us the cost breakdown? How much does it cost at Marian University's Ancilla College, the tuition and everything, and then if there's any other financial aid for that?
So right now, the 22, 23 figures, and that changes yearly. It kind of does that with every college unless you're on a tuition freeze. But right now, our tuition and fees is $19,850. Some people say, "Wow, that's a lot of money." But when you boil it down, you think about it, it's not that much. If you got your textbooks are all included in the cost of tuition, all of your peer tutoring, all of your math lab, your writing lab, all of that's included in that price. So it's not like you'll get here and we'll say, "Well, you have to pay this much money for a tutor or this much." So that covers everything. That covers textbooks and all of that, which is really nice. And then our room and board, so the dorms, that's right now that's 10,400. And once again, I've had some families say, "Well, that's an awful lot of money," because then you have to factor in a meal plan. Nope, the meal plan's all included in that. So, we package all of that together to make sure that one, when you get here as a student, you don't have to be worrying about other outside costs as well as, "Oh, I can't afford a meal." It's all included. You're here, you're a student. We want you to go to class, get good grades, be able to go over and eat and all of that, not have to worry about paying for any of it. So all of it will be included in that one price. As far as the financial aid, obviously I don't do much with financial aid. I do help with some of the FAFSA nights, but 99% of our students do receive financial aid. I tell everybody, just apply for it. Especially when they say, "Well, that $19,000 is really steep." I'm like, "Well, once you apply for financial aid, find out your EFC. And then if you have any scholarships, that will apply to that. Anything over a 3.0, you're going to be getting some academic scholarship money, just as a kind of congratulations for us, is saying, "Hey, congratulations, good job. Keep up the good work." And then obviously we have athletic scholarships. So when it's all said and done, there's some students that only have a couple $1,000s to pay. Once FAFSA kicks in and you get all those grants and then those scholarships, it's really affordable.
Good. Yeah, yeah. It seems like, I mean, all those little things too, they add up
They do.
once you've already cut it down a little bit. So it's very nice. All right, last question I'm going to get you out of here on. Just think about when you were going through this process, when you were a sophomore, junior, senior in high school,
Okay.
and what are some things that you wish that you knew about this process?
There are a couple things. One, and I know mom and dad preached it to me, and I thought, whatever. Uh, but I can honestly say that they were 100% correct. Focus on your GPA. That is a big one because I lost out on a bunch of money when I was a student here. Just on my GPA wasn't very good. Obviously, I got it up. I was able to graduate with almost a 4.0, so that was exciting. Coming from about the 2.6. So, really focus on that, especially if you're a freshman or a sophomore, really focus on that GPA. One thing that I do tell all of my tours that I give whenever they come on campus is make sure whenever you go to tour a different college, even if you have your mind made up. So if you came here and you said, "Wow, I really like it," but you want to go look at Purdue or any other university, make sure that you look and ask to see every possible dorm. I know that's a big one just because people are going to show you the best of the best. And that may seem realistic. You may say, "Wow, this looks really awesome." But then freshman year, when you sign in and you find out that you got the worst dorm on campus, yeah. So I always tell students, make sure to check out each dorm, ask questions. That's why we're here. Whenever I graduated from what used to be Ancilla and I transferred out, when I went to the other school that I went to, I asked the lady about an hour and a half of questions before I even decided, that's where I was going to go. And that's just because, you want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable walking in those students' footsteps. I want to make sure that you can see yourself on that campus being a student. So that's really big for me. I've had about a year and a couple months of doing the admissions counselor role. Really enjoy it, but that's a couple things I really stress is you have to make sure that you're happy wherever you land, whether that be sports or the academic program. Just make sure that at the end of the day you're happy and you can see yourself as a student there.
Yeah, definitely make sure that the fit is right for you. So, well, thank you so much, Jared, for doing this. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your time and teaching us all about Ancilla and just everything that it offers. So,
Of course, thank you so much.
once again, Jared Whitehead, admissions counselor and international admissions counselor at Marian University's Ancilla College up there in